dun, 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 dun. Isn't that good? That's so good. I really like that. It's very uplifting. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are Wednesday, and it is October 2nd. So yesterday was a 1 and today's a 2. So here we go. New beginnings. So today I wanted to chat, and many are follow the moon, many don't. I never ever used to follow any of it. And there's many that believe, oh, the moon's not the moon. Um, and it could be true, but I go by how I feel. How does the moon make me feel? That's all I go by, and energetically, and not in a negative way. It happens to be a moon in Libra. Guess who's got a Libra moon? So guess who can really feel this accentuation, expansion? Me. And not in a negative way. And I never attach too much to it. I really just, okay, how's it making me feel? It's really lighting up my crown. There's a lot of energies going on. It's an opportunity for a new perspective. Now, there's also a solar eclipse, a partial, a full, but only in some areas. So that's what I meant by the partial. And depending on where you are, how much will you visually see? So, these are opportunities. It's almost like, so when I lived in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, this is interesting. The farmers' fields, and you go down the roads, would have a jog in them to account. So it feels like it's a jog. It's an opportunity for a little jog in the road. And it was to account for the curvature of Earth. Like, I can't remember all the details, but I keep seeing this jog in the road. So it's an opportunity to redirect, to have a new perspective, to shift a belief, to set some new intentions. So I was really going also by numerology, and because yesterday was a 1, and that's a new beginning, right? So we go from 1 to 9. 9 are endings, 1s are beginnings. And then a 10, which is actually a 1, brings you back through. So if you look at the days in that aspect, depending on whether or not you follow it, you can follow nothing if you choose, and just simply go by how you feel. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Andrea. How are you doing today? How are you feeling today? Is anyone else feeling this moon, or is this is this just little old moon Virgo here? Moon Libra. And Norma Jean has Libra in her sun sign. So we have some really interesting perspectives on this, because she is it's almost like it's the reflector, right? The mirror. So we've been mirroring a lot for each other recently, and it's been quite fascinating what comes through, and gives us new perspectives, as does not only the numerology, but this new moon. And then I find building up to the full moon is you accelerate, increase, no, build upon that which you desire. And then you hit the full moon and you release what you no longer want to hold on to, beliefs, patterns, so you can drop them off, right? So this is what I'm feeling in the moon cycles. And so whether it's a real moon or not, that there's moon energy there, and there's a little extra there these days. What you believe around that, again, everybody's got their own beliefs. I observe some of them, but I just really observe, how does it make me feel right now? What kind of messaging am I getting right now? What is the most important thing for everyone to hear right now? And a lot of it, did you see that flash? A lot of it I'm feeling is around unity. These extra energies coming in because the field around Earth is, I don't wanna call it the gravity field because it's not, it's a magnetic field, and the sun is doing its dance per se, and solar flares are coming off, and photons are coming in. We are light. We are light beings, and so every time you breathe, you're exchanging light, whether or not you realize it. Every time you sit in the sun, you are bringing in light, and it activates you. Ah, Cindy's a Libra rising. Nice. Yeah, a lot of us, yeah, if yeah. Oh. Interesting. Okay, good to know. Oh, I'm curious if you and Andrea have the same tooth. That's fascinating. Anybody else with teeth issues? See, these are the things that you discussed in the collection. It's like, oh, do you know people I know having hip and lower back, and this is all, adjusting to this, right? I have all the symptoms of being physically pregnant, and we know we're not. But quite fascinating. Quite fascinating. It's a rebirth per se into this new way of being, a new way of supporting, new ways of connecting. And the more you connect with other like-minded light beings, the more you find your soul family, which has been going on a little bit lately, that we keep connecting with really lovely new souls, and it keeps we just remind, activate, remind, activate. Yeah, no morning sexes. Thank you, Carolyn. No. No, no. Just a little bit of mm, I can't not eat a lunch or at least some fruit. But normally I could fast right through. And then it's been kidneys, lower back, and a whole lot of hips. A whole lot of hips. So that's probably what's been the most fascinating part. Back molder on the right side. Okay. Okay. Right front. So look up for those of you with any teeth thing going on. Your teeth are like crystals, right? They're like a map for your body. Yeah. And part of upgrades. No, that may seem really weird, but oh, we shall see. So, possible as we move forward in this, and there is new frequencies coming in and new ways of activating healing within yourself, that those can be healed. Huh, fascinating. Okay. Okay, interesting. Let's also tap in. Thank you for sharing, you two. I appreciate it. And I put that in my pocket because we're having lots of talks. I know so many people with knee issues right now, and hip issues. And even my daughter was like, "Mom, I have a pressure right here on my head. It's a headache, but it's not a headache. I don't have a headache." She's like, "But if I was to call it, I don't know what else to call it." And I'm like, "Oh, activation." So when you're crowned with thorns, your neural pathways, as you work on releasing old beliefs, patterns, anger, those stuck emotions, you tend to activate because you're firing new neurons, right? To create those new neural pathways to reconnect the hemispheres of your brain, to realign, to recalibrate. And if you don't feel anything, that's okay too. This is just one of the ways that I'm communicated with. And the more somebody else's energies coming in, whether that be an archangel or a guide or somebody else's guide, spirit team, relative, I can feel it on my crown first. It's like a pressure comes in, and then it's usually on one side or the other for masculine or feminine, and then I'm able to pinpoint, and give and receive. I don't do a lot of this because I like everyone to tap in for themselves. And speaking of which, on Sunday, 9 a.m. PDT, we will do a guides. So connecting with your guides. And I warn you all now that this is up to you in regards to being able to become still, get quiet inward, and be able to focus on thy breath, focus on my words as I speak. And what we'll be doing is just guiding you in a new way to connect in. And then and I'll guide you through a meditation just to relax everyone in. I have to be honest, the meditative part is really, really important for being able to fully connect. Carolyn, I put that down in the chat for Facebook and YouTube. Maybe you can grab that and throw that in Rumble so that everyone who wants to sign up can sign up. By signing up, you're signing up for our newsletter, which will keep you in the loop for everything going on. We don't spam. I think it's a once a month newsletter and a little bit more for actual members to remind them of meetings. And a reminder on the membership, that's 4 healing sessions a month, 4 face-to-face meetings, and then a catalog of meditations and readings for you. So to keep you on your path, and you can communicate in there as well. So you can ask any questions and what's going on. And then, of course, if you're in our Telegram chat, you have an opportunity to also ask questions and share stories. Okay. Let's see what else wants to come in today. Yeah, every little cell. Yes, I've been having to, been called to shift my body quite a bit more baths, more salt baths, diatomaceous earth, baking soda. Okay, come on in. Let's see what the message is for today. If I just tap in a little bit more and increase my frequency while yet going quietly inward. And there's many of you that believe that some believe that Earth is not a being. And I was listening to something interesting today around climate change and the whole story with that, which if we look at it this way, there's a lot of youngsters coming in that are being taught about all living with all the animals on Earth and how to live in harmony. And so that's that give and take respect with nature. And that's all we need to do is balance it. To be in balance with nature without some outside influences, right? So if we can find a way to remember who we truly are and that Earth is a sentient being. I've felt her. She's beautiful. She's been very, very patient. Years and years and years of patience. And as we know, things are cyclical. And so we're at a time where she too is what I believe, what I like to call as a rebirth, so to speak, shifting, changing. Did you know all the continents used to be together? Why are they all divided now? What happened? These are the questions you could ask yourself and then go and research. And that every animal is as equally important, does not pay rent, lives free on earth in exchange for being kind. There's no rent, there's no bills to pay, there's no labor to go do. They're hunter-gatherers. They live in harmony with nature. Do you know what the give back is? Planting the seeds of the trees from pooing outside. It's one of them. The birds carry seeds far and wide to help expand. The trees offer shelter for the birds. The rivers offer water for the birds. The flowers offer nectar for the bees and the hummingbirds. There's so much in nature, herb-wise. I have so many tinctures downstairs, essential oils, resins, powders. These are all from nature, from beautiful sources, and I utilize them for different things when called to, because I would rather use something natural than anything from a store. I clean with vinegar, baking soda. I put, the baking I make my own toothpaste and make my own shampoo. I shift the energy in my home by burning resins and often quite first sage to clear, and then bring in something I invite. I sit out and I talk to the birds, the crows, the squirrels. We have a little tiny resident mouse outside, and I believe some pack rats, which live outside under the tree. They've all shown themselves to me. We have a skunk, raccoon, and there was even a coyote. And now I'm damn close. Like I'm 5 minute, like probably a 4 minute drive up the hill to the woods. There's green space around here, but I was really surprised to see this face on the little concrete wall outside looking up. Hey, you got anything for me? It's like they're all communicating and saying, this house, this house, they're kind. This house, they're loving. This house, they're supportive. There's a blue jay outside who he's really bossy pants. He's squawking away right now. And it all started when the crows were having babies. Well, it enhanced further then. I was always chatting with the birds. And it enhanced further when the crows were having babies and were dive bombing one of the neighbors, later to find out it was because her cat was climbing the tree. And I was like, imprint on me, crow. I'm giving you food. Imprint on me so that we didn't get dive bombed because we all kind of take a similar path to the car. And so wasn't that fascinating? And so very intelligent. So it's so fascinating to watch nature. And then, of course, I've seen bears here. Not afraid of the bears. Um, I'm sure there's been cougars around. You don't generally see them. What else have we got here that's really vibrant? I would say that down at the water, the seagulls are pretty entertaining too. And the fish, like going up to Savory and connecting with the ocean in a new way. There's so many creatures. There's so many amazing things that we know nothing about. There's so many I learn something new every day that I didn't know. And to me, that is living in this life, living in this planet, being here, living in harmony. Do I think we can fight climate change? I think we can adjust how we live and live more in harmony with Earth. Anything the government tries to shove down my throat, I'm going to question. Actually, anything anyone tries to shove down my throat, I'm going to question. Any demand. Why? Why is it being demanded? What's going on over there that you think you get to control me? So we're all law of the land, human, luminescent beings. And we're coming into a new time. This moon marks the beginning. You may see some more chaos. In fact, it's highly likely you will, as adjustments are made. Are some of them man-made? Possibly. Question everything, judge nothing. For when you judge something or someone, and you don't sit in that place of neutrality and you can't just observe it from a neutral point, you're giving it your energy. Now, if you want to celebrate something happy, go for it. Absolutely give it your energy. But I've come to a space and place where I'm a really big observer at this point, because when I observe from a place of neutrality and my emotions don't get involved, I have a really different perspective. We talk about eagle eye view. The eagle misses 9 times out of 10. Does that stop him from hunting for food? Uh-uh. So we are like the eagle, we are persistent human beings. We continue to adapt and grow and shift with changes. We're really, really good at it if we're in harmony with nature. The further we go away from our nature, the further we get lost in a system or matrix or a society, and we allow others and seek for others to lead us, the further lost we tend to be. And so during this new moon energy, I invite you to look at this as a new beginning, a new opportunity, and become the observer. Have the awareness to not react, to wait, pause. And even if you need to, give it a couple days and then respond. If somebody's trying to enrage you, I always diffuse the situation by saying, we should discuss this later. It's not a great time for me right now. Giving that break and that support and that space so you can have a new way of being. You're welcome. Yeah. The more you live in harmony with nature and the animals, the more in tune you become. And the quieter we get within, the more in tune we become. Not just with nature, but with all that is. There's a lot of collective energies around us right now. And if one is not aware of the influx of energies and they're running on their emotions and they're reactive, they're probably having a really big purge right now, or have in the last week, or will have this next week. So to me, the time between the full moon and the new moon is a bit of a purge time, let go. And so a lot of people are claiming, oh, I caught a cold, I'm sick. Oh my gosh. I don't like that word, sick, because it's your body innately doing what it knows it needs to do to kick the toxins out of your body. Let me say that again. You're not sick. Your body's doing what it innately knows needs to be done to rid the body of toxins. Might be mucus, right? Might be a headache. You are purging. You are purging that which no longer serves you so that you may adjust to this new frequency, new energies coming in. This adjustment, can feel it in my ears right now. It's like a little bit of pressure. Am I worried about it? No. Tell me what body aches you might have right now. What have you been feeling the last 2 weeks? And is there something we can tap in and give some love to, for everything is energy? Everything. Just vibrating at different rates. And remembering that our light spectrum that we can see, which is the rainbow light, which is about this big, but on the other side, there's infrared and there's X-ray, and but we can only perceive a shorter amount. And then what are you mixing those colors together to create your full spectrum utilized? Let's see if we can follow this one. You're like a projector. So everyone believes they're consuming with these eyes, but you're actually projecting. And we're going to break this down and give it in a more simplified form in the future here, but we are working through it. Yes, very possibly, Andrea. I'm curious why the crack in that tooth. Yeah. And then check out on the map, where do these teeth relate to in the body and what's been going on in that part of the body, because everything is connected in the body. Your body is always communicating with you. You have 3 brains. You have the one in your head, you have the one in your heart, and you have the one in your stomach. And they're all important. They all have their purpose. Most of us are running around using this one only and very cut off from the body. And the more connected you are with the body, the more intuitive you'll become, the more at peace you'll become. You got to slow down to feel and get off the hamster wheel, so to speak. And you can choose to accept this or not. I'm just bringing in a little grounding for everyone. I am a very large being with a ability to be very, very grounded, yet expanded, and a container. So when you come in person to see us at events, you will feel it. You will feel the love that I am, that allows you to be you, so that you may share your truth, your authenticity, and in turn, you will be heard. And when somebody feels heard, your heart connects. And when your heart connects, there is common unity right away. So if you're having a discussion with someone and you're both getting agitated, try just being really quiet, listening, sharing back what you're hearing. Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is this. Maybe they're sharing something that really sucks, and you can simply say, that really sucks. I'm sorry you're going through this. What I'm hearing you say is this. I'm here to listen to you. And you can ask questions. Not everything needs to be fixed. Flisbus, lower back pain and stiff hips. Yeah, welcome to the rebirth. Absolutely. Lots of stretching, lots of baths with those magnesium salt flakes if you can. Really, really helps. Absolutely. I'm just going to send you guys all a little love. If you can take a moment, relax into it. And you may choose to repeat in your head quietly or out loud after me. I am safe. I am safe in my body. I am safe in my mind. I accept me, all of me. I love me, all of me. For when I fall unconditionally in love with me, I start healing myself. I accept myself. And as we go through this process of unpacking beliefs and letting them go with love and grace, unpacking those programmings and letting them go with love and grace, we leave room for new, more uplifting beliefs, increasing your vibration. For fear and anger are the lowest vibrations, and authenticity and love are the highest vibrations. But first, you got to get to know who you are, not the mask you've put on, not the role you play based on where you are, right? We got mom mask, we've got work mask. You might even have a driving in the car mask. Can leave those masks off now. For when you show up authentically as you will find a new strength within, a strength you didn't know you had, a belief you didn't know you have, a love you didn't know you have. Just releasing, let it go. Any judgments you can let go of. Hey, I used to play a really good victim. I was awesome at it, blaming everything external for everything happening in my life. But you're the common denominator. You're the creator of your reality. Will you choose to show up differently? Will you choose to take responsibility? You have choice. I can tell you it's really fun when you choose to take responsibility. I'm not going to say it's easy because one, in getting to know you, a lot of excavation, a lot of releasing. It's all bringing anything that's been hidden within you up into the light, not just for you, but also for your lineage. We came in as circuit breakers, many of us, hidden in plain sight. Who are the best actors? Those that don't even know they're acting or hiding until they're activated and reminded of who they truly are and why they're here. You know who I'm talking about. There's a little work to be done to get there. Every day there's, let's call it work, but it's discipline. It's the willingness to say, yeah, even though I want to do this and I know I'm going to stick to my path. So have those, your mission statement for yourself, your core values. A lot of people don't like me because I'm blunt, but I just don't sugarcoat it, but I'm really sweet. And loyalty for me is just not an option. You're either in or you're out. Because if you're not in, you're out, right? And loyalty to yourself, believing in yourself. Congratulations. Ooh, the space, the places you will go. Yeah, gotta slow down to tap in, to speed up. You just can't keep operating the way you've been operating. It won't work moving forward, at least not where I'm choosing to vibrate at. And so in a higher vibration, you send out a higher frequency. Remember, authenticity and truth, way up there. And then you will bring that back. That it's the law of the universe that it comes back. I've studied every religion. I've studied metaphysical. I've studied and am still a student of all. Anatomy. You know, some of the things that we discuss in this house on a daily basis with Norma and I'm like, nah, I don't think we can talk about that quite yet because it's quite profound. The more you go in, the more you connect with the right vibration of people, the more you expand, the more you go in, the more you can, so you can see how this builds, right? And we're at this point where ah, nothing can shift most of my beliefs at this point. Will I adjust them? Oh yeah. But I have some pretty deep-seated truths that are coming from deep within me that are now a reflection of my reality coming through. And it's like, "Oh, yay, finally." And there was a drop at the end of was it mid-Sept it was probably the purge from the last one, and just as we hit the end of the month, just before the end of the month, I can't remember what day it was it 27th of September? It was like, whoop, a huge energy change. It was everything lightened up. A weight was taken off, like, I was wearing a backpack full of rocks, and hey, I've been doing a lot of, energy work. I didn't realize I was carrying that much. And for me to say that was like, "No, we can let that go." I am not worried about anything. I don't stress about anything. Nothing. Nothing is worth my energy to worry about. And look at it this way, whatever you're worrying about, it's just meant to keep you small. That's part of that programming that needs to go. Yeah. Keep letting go. Keep letting go. Keep dropping that weight. I just got a visual of Dora the Explorer and, backpack, backpack, loaded up with lots of stuff. Anyways, so you put what you want in your backpack, but, don't put rocks in it. It's a lot lighter without them. So this is about these points of connection with other soul fam, that all of a sudden the energies and support that you didn't know you needed, you will be getting it. It's coming through. What has held us down is no longer there. You may not feel it yet, but you will. And so if I sound like a crazy person to you, that's okay. I don't mind. Hello, Sharon. How are you? Many of you on here have known me for some time, but we may have some new people watching. And who am I? What do I really do? I shift constantly. And those that are around know that I am a soul having this human experience right now on a very strong mission, a very, very strong mission. Um, there are codes within me for keys to something that I'm just uncovering, which I don't know when I'll get the full knowledge. But so again, that we were hiding. So those of us, all these black sheep that struggled so hard, it was on purpose. You did it on purpose. You agreed to it on purpose so that those energy harvesters couldn't get to you. Oh, they're okay. They're in their own mess. They're in the matrix per se, and they're looping like this until it was safe. Yes, big merger of energy with the continuum. Yeah. Until it was safe, and then it was like, boom, done. Right? Does that make sense? Addictions, playing small. The best doctors don't know they're acting. So we've been chatting about this recently, and it's quite profound. Gives you a whole new perspective on every relationship, um, and realizing that certain things can occur based on somebody else sending out frequencies towards you. Yeah. Weird dreams of people from the past and present. Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of people are being dream activated. The question is this the dream? Or is it when you're sleeping, it's a dream? So lots of past and presents. So we are having a, yes, convergence, as Carolyn put it, a big merger with the continuum. There's a convergence of timelines so that you can bring more of your energy into this timeline. So you can embody more of the light, more of who you are, remembering that the soul above the avatar of you in this body, and maybe a stretch for many, and that's okay. Ask me more questions if you need to. But there's like three strings, right? Energy attached to this avatar, and more can come in now because you're purging out of your body and becoming more of who you truly are. So you can take on more of your soul within this avatar. This is the first thing that's been done on this planet, is to embody and ascend, expand within this vessel. We all usually leave the body to ascend or expand. And I'm not going to get too much into the reincarnation story yet until so a little more info comes in around it, but we'll keep it in mind for sure. But most importantly, um, when we leave this body, we go back to unconditional love. So anyone who has been deeply suffering is going to go back to unconditional love. Just know that. And anyone who passes, and there's so much out there already about NDEs and people going and coming in with new gifts, right? We were, we don't watch many shows, but we've been watching, I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, this guy's like dropping five and taking them into NDEs and trying to learn where they're going. And they keep talking about the vibrations, the timelines. This is on a show on Netflix. I'm like, interesting that this is coming out right now. Yeah. So everything is energy. Everything has room for expansion. And this is why I always talk about that point of neutrality and non-judgment, because when you disregard something, I know that's not true for me. And then you learn a few years later, oh, that does make sense. So when you stay now, you're not locking your energy in and out. You're staying in a balanced state, and that's the mission. As part of the mission to activate more people. I had a dream years ago, standing on a beach, nobody around, and fits alive in peace. Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Beautiful. Everybody should start being able to go into yourself, and we'll do this on Sunday, and find that peace within. It's within you. We talk a lot, and I can even remember a show with Lisa Harrison over a year ago, where there's the construct almost like a pyramid, but inverted, right? And within that there's many levels, but it was inverted. So as you're going out, you just loop back in, right? So that's been shifted now, and that's been shifted for a while. And these dreams that you're all having is really important for closing out these other timelines, so you can bring more energy to this timeline. And we're all choosing in every moment. So if you are in despair, heartache, those are lower vibrations. So when you have so much empathy for somebody or something else, and you go into sympathy, in other words, you're giving it your all because you're just so heartbroken over it, that's not helping anybody. And here's the reason why. Because when you manage your energy, and again, authenticity and truth at your highest vibration and unconditional love, love is not an emotion, it is a state of being. And you're in that unconditional love, your frequency and vibration are helping way more than you know. We're talking like 1 million people for one person, several million if you put your intention there. So now, are you helping more by being in anguish and despair? Are you helping more by, I'm not gonna consume the news because all it does is lower my vibration. Mm. And who's getting that energy while you're doing that, right? So remember, keep yourself balanced, grounded, but high vibrational. Yeah, absolutely. And so good for you for getting a book, Andrea. Beautiful. And dream that your teeth fell out and then my teeth cracked. Yeah. Write your dreams out. Write a dream journal and ask questions. So if you have a question underneath when you write it out, ask your question underneath. You can ask it again before bed. You could also drink a half your glass of water that you take to bed with set the intention. I'd like to remember my dreams tonight. I'm going to drink half. And in the morning, drink the other half. Because they're connected, right? You've connected the water in that glass with that intention of remembering. I often remember dreams when I go to take a nap or go to bed the following night. I'm like, oh yeah, because as you're drifting off, you go back into that state. And then I'll make a quick recording usually. Yeah, absolutely. What else has been coming in on energetic reports? We had an earthquake here in Vancouver, which was quite small. But I messaged Norma the day before and I said, "I don't know when this is gonna happen, but we're gonna have an earthquake here and it won't be that big. I don't think we'll feel it." It was the next day because I just had this big hit around it over a couple things that were happening physically around me. So don't discount what you're picking up on. Don't discount those messages coming in. Start to connect so you can listen to your intuition more. I mean, I've been calling in feathers for quite some time. That's how I got the eagle feather. We got the eagle feather. I call it our eagle feather because it sits in the house, but in Savory, a white eagle feather on the property that I was staying. So it was, yeah, and it was gifted. Yeah. So, there's ask for clues, ask for help, surrender what's bothering you. Because you know what? Worrying about it ain't gonna fix it. Surrender it. Call it God, call it source, call it higher self, whatever you choose, call in the support you need. And don't be afraid to command things out of your body. I have a friend who's purging right now who at a sound bath, she purges regularly for the collective. And she was at a sound bath and I'm like, no, done, enough. And she didn't purge again until just recently. Because I was like commanding it to be done. You don't need to take that on. That's not for you to take on. You might be more sensitive to energies, but it doesn't mean you got to like sit and wallow in it or purge it for everyone else. You deal with your energy. Is this for me? Is this mine? If it's not mine, send it to Mother Earth, please. And I command it. Oh, could you please take this away? No, your words are commanding. You are in charge with your mind, body, and soul. I put myself back to sleep. I tell my body, no, we're not getting up to pee at 3 a.m. No, we're going back to sleep. You're in control. And the more you practice, the better you get. It's like exercising a muscle. Automatic writing. Get up in the morning when you're still in that dream state and just start writing. Don't even look at it, just write. I'd be really curious what comes through for you. And I have the super itchiest neck. It's been freaking fascinating embodying stuff, let me tell you. I have never had an itchy neck, and I'm like, it feels like, when you get a sunburn and the end it gets itchy, but it's not because I'm not sunburned. So, if you choose, rub your hands together, put your hands out, activate me, please. I don't know why. The left hand snapping thing is just intuitive for me. And then I want you to go like this. And can you feel the energy between your hands? There's that flash again. Interesting. Can you feel that? You are an energy being. Oh, I have a headache. Normally go and put your hand there, right? Oh, I have a tummy ache. Where does your hand go? To your belly. You innately know what to do. We are all healers. Do not let someone tell you any different. Oh, you need to take my, $8,000 course. Now, I'm not saying it's not helpful for getting to learn, but I'm asking you not to be dogmatic about believing that the one way is the only way because there's many ways and your way may be unique for you. Okay? So this is one way. Activate me, please. And then you can put it. So I've got an itchy neck. I tend to leave my left hand up because that's my receiving hand and this is my giving hand. I visualize energy coming in my hand or through the top of my head and running around my heart and then going to the place that I need it. Also breathing it in there as if your whole body is breathing. You're breathing through your skin. And breathe it all the way in and breathe it out. Can you feel the heat of your hand? You've got energy just not only in your palms, but you've got thumb point, finger points. If you looked up all the energy points on someone, it's pretty um, impressive how many points we have. So Chinese medicine uses it. So this isn't all woo-woo shit. This isn't all woo-woo shit at all. This is ancient. This is a collective energy, the field of energy for all that you only need to call in healing energy. And you can call in support. Show everyone on this call, please. Let them all feel a little warmth and heat and love vibration. And I'm sending out so much love and energy and support. We command all the support from the heavens, so to speak, all the angels to support those affected by tragedies of nature on this earth or man made around flooding, homelessness, those struggling right now. May they all feel like angels' wings being wrapped around them, a warm, caring embrace, that everything's going to be okay. That you've made it until now. And are you going to choose to continue to suffer? Or are you going to choose to do differently, to adjust, to have gratitude? So much gratitude for what you do have, your ability to support others and lend a helping hand, to be kind, to compliment people, to offer a helping hand. For if you are strong and you are lit up, then you are one to go and support others. You may even just have a kind word for someone, a compliment, a gratitude, a smile. For that little light as you smile passes a spark of light on to someone else. That little good deed, that compliment lights up their day. We've all been led astray. We've all believed we're so individual and we're all out for ourselves. But when we turn around and we lift others up and we support others and rise together, nothing can stop us. For unconditional love and knowing, authentically knowing that we are more powerful together than we are apart. The government. The government is not governing. They're not supposed to control us. We're supposed to be with, letting them know what we want as a collective. Well, that's gone to a complete shit show, right? Breakdown for a breakthrough. There goes top down construction or construct, right? We are no longer going to be controlled this way. We are taking our power back. We are sovereign beings. So when you see the chaos going on, know change. Before the shift, there is chaos. It's a form of energy. It's got to be cleared. So this next month, set some intentions right now about what you do want. Peace, harmony, and love surround me. Boom, disconnected. Interesting, right? That's how strong one can do this. Like, can take out the system. Peace, love, and harmony for all. Find it within your heart to expand. Takes practice. It's like exercising a muscle too. Live in harmony with nature. Live in harmony with others. Do no harm. Be kind. Doesn't mean you have to be nice, but you can be kind, right? Aw, that's beautiful. Carolyn took in, some hydrangea blooms to a friend with cancer. Yeah. Yeah, right? You guys, we have so much more. It's not these tangible things that you think you need as much as it is each other. So if you're feeling alone and you're suffering and you're embracing that suffering, get out there and get connected. Go talk to your neighbors if you can. Go get connected with like-minded people. Have gratitude for what you have. Quit focusing on what you don't have. For the more you focus on what you don't have, I don't have this, da 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 da, you're in a wheel. You're going to keep manifesting that. We are manifesting beings. We are creating our reality. So the sooner you take responsibility for self, the sooner you quit saying, "Oh, I'm sick," and you start working on why you're sick, right? Or why you think you're sick. And this, if it's an autoimmune disease, if it's cancer, everything is curable if you believe it can be cured. If you're willing to take responsibility that you can shift it versus blaming, whether it's the system or the doctors or whatever you choose, take responsibility for your own health now. Now is the time. Check out herbs. Go talk to a naturopath, herbologist, nutritionist. There are many, many, many tools that don't cost money. One is learning how to douse so you can douse what your body needs. You hold food in your hand, you close your eyes, you tap your chest, you take a few deep breaths. You can say, "Please show me a yes. Please show me a no." And then, "Does my body want this right now?" And once you practice that and get to know it, the stronger it'll become. You might even find that you're swaying a little as soon as you pick something up. You have the power. You choose what you put in your mouth. You choose what you consume with these eyes and these ears. That is creating your reality. So I hand the power back to you. You can disconnect from the energies like this if you choose, washing your hands. This is also a way of balancing your body, your hemispheres. You're now connecting your chakras together. Please balance me. Can't tell you the inner peace and how beautiful it is. It is. It's like being wrapped in a warm blanket, surrounded by love, unconditional love. We all deserve this. It is our human right on this earth. We all want the same thing. Stop the division. Stop the judgment. Stop the political bullshit. We all want the same thing. We all want to just take care of ourselves. We do want to contribute. We just don't want to be forced to contribute and then be taxed to death. There's a new way. An energy exchange. It's gonna be time for me to go. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna send you all so much love. Glad you melted into the show. It's meant to be a warm embrace. Absolutely. Absolutely. We all want the same thing. So what can you do to shift this? Absolutely. Yeah. I would love to hear you guys. What are you going to move forward with for this? What are you choosing to move forward with? You can leave it in the comments after the video. Put some attention and intention to this. What are you choosing to move forward with? I choose. I am love. I am all that is. I am so connected. Things are always working out for me. Things are happening for me, not to me. So things are only happening for me. Ah, what is this trying to show me, which normally I would judge or be angry about? New perspectives, guys. Don't forget we have the membership, as we mentioned, so check on the website. There is a draw for a one-on-one session with me, done at the end of the month. So sign up for the newsletter. It's on the website. And if you are interested in Sunday's free guide Zoom, reach out. The chat's there, but it's also on the website. I gotta get off of here before I just kick off completely. Anyways, I'm sending you lots of love. Carolyn, I'm just gonna let you go and send lots of love too, okay? All right, you guys. And those in membership, we'll see you in about half an hour. Okay. I love you. Bye.